And
know.
just quickly, again, we don't want
Yep.
any spoilers.
Yep.
But we do see each year a cheating scandal. Beck alluded about something with Gia and Danny. I know we don't want spoilers, but is there something that goes down?
So I was like, wow, like, sounds too good to be true. It wasn't like I was being like, this is fake.
Because what's interesting to me is you guys do the pieces to camera where you're asked by producers about certain people, and you guys actually don't get to watch that until we see it on telly. So what was it like last night when you saw Brooke calling Stella fake? Because this was stuff that all happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, look, it all happened behind. We kind of felt it. You can kind of sense someone's energy in just the way that they act towards you in the moment, and kind of when you're kind of off camera as well. So it didn't come as a surprise. I didn't know that the Mean Girl clique was so strong. To be honest with you, it was going back and forth. Sometimes I'm not attuned to what's going on in the room like that. You know, Stella definitely was, but yeah, I definitely wasn't surprised. You know, in the slightest.
I guess before we get to the couch, what were you thinking in the lead up to actually going into the commitment ceremony? Because Stella had obviously told you about the red flag chat and all that sort of stuff. Whereas I assume you weren't thinking there was much wrong until you heard that. What were your thoughts going in?
Look, you know, coming off the boys' day, everyone was getting around each other, so it was all positive. Coming back and debriefing with Stella, she said, "Look, there's Brooke here. There's a lady called Brooke. She's just kind of like not happy and just not buying, you know, what's going on." Stella called us like, I think it was in terms of like not having any red flags or something like that, and she just didn't buy it. And she goes, "Look, it might get a little bit heated here." But yeah, I just said, we'll just stay calm. We'll just defend what we got. We weren't bothered. We're just coming in, arm in arm. And yeah, we're just taking it easy. We're kind of just happy for everyone to get the chance to talk about their relationships, good, bad, ugly, whatever. But we were in a good place there, but we knew something was coming.
It's interesting because typically on the couch, you only talk about your own relationship. So you knew ahead of time that this was going to get heated. So was this a decision that you both had made to call it out?
Yeah, look. Respectfully, we always said that we're going to stand our ground with kind of everything. I was definitely not going to do the talking in terms of it was just Stella and Brooke's kind of issue to kind of maybe figure out and nut out. I didn't want to actually get involved. I had nothing but a good kind of experience with Chris, so I just wanted to keep out of it. And anything that gets addressed, we'll just respectfully address it with kindness. That's it.
I found that very interesting with Brooke obviously spouting off a lot like nothing me and Carly have either seen before on a MAFS episode. Afterwards, do you sort of give Chris a little bit of a text and go, mate, what's going on there? Like, do you guys talk about it or do you have to keep it completely separate?
Look, we have to keep it completely separate. The way that it works is, you're definitely separated at all times. You can't really just go willy-nilly, knock on the door with some milk and sugar and eggs, you know what I mean? Iron it out. Even though we were literally next door neighbours as it was kicking off, you know? So, yeah, we just get told to kind of separate it, and every kind of interaction that we do have is genuine for the first time, like, you know, when we see each other. So that's how it's done. So everything is raw, and that's why it probably kicks off as much as it does.
Can I just ask, this seems like the most manufactured drama. I do not understand Brooke and Gia's hate for your relationship. Like, they're literally hating on love. Like, is there something that we're missing here as a viewer? Because it just really doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess the intensity of the hatred is what I'm not getting.
I think, look, honestly, some people came on here to actually work on a relationship. The other people probably applied for the season of Survivor. I think that was probably the main. They forgot what they applied for. Maybe that's why they came in with that kind of energy. But look, you know, when someone says we're the strongest couple here and we're a power couple or whatever, and they see someone else genuinely having a good time and figuring it out with someone else, that just triggers something in them. Maybe it's competitive nature, everyone's innate kind of nature to compete. I don't know, but maybe they were just triggered because they looked at us and were like, oh, they're in a good place, and that pissed them off, and that's it. Like, I don't know.
We only saw maybe, 10 minutes, 15 minutes on TV, but how long does this conversation and these arguments go for in the background? Like, is it half an hour? Is it an hour? Does it keep going for ages?
Look, yeah, it kind of went on for a good 5-10 minutes, and then literally just everyone just called a pause on it. All the producers came in. They said, righto, separate. Meanwhile, you're trying to figure it out in the back end, and just like I think Stella and Brooke were trying to nut it out just to kind of clear the air, but that wasn't able to happen, and they kind of separated, and then it's kind of like to be continued.
I guess the more important question is, what baby names did you guys pick out?
Yeah, you know, I think as the series goes along, I think you'll figure it out. I think it might get dropped, but you know,
Not
we
Gia,
have
not
fun with
Brooke.
it. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not. We might give that a miss. Like, you know, but yeah, maybe. No. But, definitely not Gia and Brooke. Yeah.
Now, we keep hearing, because we've spoken to some of the other contestants, that there's this big build and we're only getting like snippets of how bad it truly gets. Now, I'd love to hear your take on this, Phillip, because you seem like a pretty cruisy guy. And even when everything was kicking off last night, you really kept your cool. Is there a moment in the season, without giving away spoilers, that we see you truly lose it?
Hey.
Not really. I'm cool, calm, and collected. Honestly, I'm not bothered by. I was just literally focusing on my relationship. I'm not one to just point out and just go, "You're this" or "You're that." I just kind of stayed out of it and stayed in my lane. In saying that, I want to tell you so much, but all I'm going to say is it's definitely worth watching soon. That's all I'm going to say.
Did the guys get into it?
You know what? We're all altar boys this year. Like, to be honest with you, we're all saints. We're all saints. Honestly, as opposed to the women were just doing their thing, and the guys were just in the background in damage control, in just like kind of trying to comfort them for the most part. But the guys as a bunch, like, we got around each other. We were just very supportive. We might not have agreed with other people's partner, but we were there. There was always another person behind all the women, you know, and we just got around them, and that's kind of what we ended up doing. So in saying that, like, it did get heated between some men, and you will see that.
Ooh,
interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, we need your take on this very quickly as well. So in Women's Weekly, New Idea, something like that, Brooke has actually done a pregnancy announcement with her ex from before the show. Have you seen this, and what do you think?
No way. Look, I haven't read that specific article, but it's definitely not my story. I really don't want to comment.
Fair enough.
I can't. I'm sorry, it's not my story to kind of tell, but it's very, very, very interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, if you haven't seen it yet, just so you know, she's actually doing a piece to camera announcing it. It's not just a story.
Oh my God.
So it's pretty full on.
Oh, come on.
It is annoying as a viewer because,
look it up.
Yeah. Well, Phillip, thank you so much for your time. And just quickly, again, we don't want any spoilers. But we do see each year a cheating scandal. Beck alluded about something with Gia and Danny. I know we don't want spoilers, but is there something that goes down?
At every dinner, but no, this is not. I'm not going to refer specifically to Danny and Gia, but there's always something that goes down, and like very, very soon you're gonna, you'll see a few things, but I can't confirm or deny anything.
Interesting.
So I'm sitting on the fence here. I love a good fence sit. Yeah?
Well, Phillip, I am actually loving you and Stella. Stay strong, and hopefully we get to catch up with you again throughout the season.
Hey you, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.